everybody, I'm Natalie, and today on Quilting 101 we're going to talk about rotary cutters. Now there are a ton of rotary cutters on the market and a lot of them are designed specifically for specific things, and so today we're going to try and figure out what some of the differences are. The first thing that you're going to want to look at is the size of the blade, and your typical blade is going to be 45 millimeters. The larger blades are 60 millimeters, and then they go down to 28 or 18. There may be a smaller one, I'm not exactly sure, but there's a lot of stuff out there. These are the ones that are most commonly used in our studio, so I'm going to speak to that today because that's what I know about. So your 45 is going to be your typical, most commonly used rotary cutter. My mom prefers the stick cutter, and she loves it for a few things. She likes that because she's left-handed, she can use this cutter either way. You pull the guard down, and then the blade is available to use on both sides. So that is one of the things she likes about it. She likes the way it feels. It's lightweight. She likes the changing of the blade, where all you do to change the blade on this cutter is flip it over and then pull this pin back, and it snaps off of the screw, and then the blade comes out just like that. So then all you're doing very carefully, putting that in, you can put it in a blade saver and use it to cut threads, or you can put it in a sharps container and dispose of it properly when you're done with it. So then, let's see. When you've got your new blade in, you just push that back up and everything is secure and you're ready to cut again. There's a few other ones. So this one is an ergonomic cutter, and it's cool because it has this little button that you push here, and it will lock the blade in place, but when you're ready to use it, you push the button and unlock it. You hold on to it. It makes it so that you hold your wrist in the right position for cutting, and also so that you never forget to close your blade. So that is cool for those reasons. To change the blade, you're just going to unscrew this. And again, I would keep everything, I kind of like to drop it out in the order that it sits and leave it there, because it can get confusing to know which piece goes back in where. There is a chart on the back of your instructions, so if you're worried about that, just kind of keep that with your cutter. Cut it out, put it in your little sewing kit so that you can remember how to put, there's an order that the nuts and the washers and all of those things go in when you're changing your blade. So, and that's true for all of them. Just be aware and keep track of which direction everything goes. So that's why this one is cool. So this cutter is also a 45 millimeter cutter, but it's great because it's built for cutting heavier fabric. So if you're cutting denim, paper, cork, leather, vinyl, any of your heavier, thicker fabrics, this one is built for that. It's also cool because the safeguard can swivel from side to side, so left or right-handers can use this, and it's great for everybody. So that is what we love about this one. It has a screw and washers for changing the blades, so keep the chart on the back. This one's a little bit bigger and easier to read than the other one. Another cool thing about the 45 millimeter rotary cutters is that there are available wavy or pinked edge cutting blades. So if you're doing something that is going to be on the outside of your fabric and you want a fancy edge on it, it could be paper projects, anything like that. There's pinking blades and wave blades, and so those are very cool. They're easy to use. I've put them on my cutters and used them before, and they're great. They're really fun. And there are lots of rotary blade replacements out there. Typically, any company's blade will work on any company's cutter. I have never had one that didn't fit. So if you have, an Olfa cutter and a Missouri Star blade, they're going to work together, no problem. Okay, the next size that I love is the 60 millimeter rotary cutter, and the reason that I love these is because they're a little bit more heavy duty from my perspective. I love that they cut through cuddle or fleece very easily, and they also are great for trimming quilts because you're going through so many layers. I love my 60 millimeter cutters for those reasons. The 28 and the 18, these are going to be your best friend when you're doing smaller things that have curves. A curve can be tricky to go through. Although a lot of curves you can still use your 45 millimeter cutter. Not a big deal. Try it out, see if it works. If it doesn't and it's really difficult, you may want to go for a smaller cutter. And the 18s and the 28s are great for that. They cut a little, you hold it a little bit more upright But remember, when you're cutting, you want to keep your body in line so that you don't stress your wrist or your shoulder, and always keep your fingers away from the blades because they're very sharp and they go through stuff like you can hurt yourself, so be careful. So I hope this has given you at least a brief overlook on rotary cutters and some of the options that are out there, and hope you enjoyed this video from Missouri Star Quilt Company.
Hi everybody, it's Jenny from the Missouri Star Quilt Company. We hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you aren't already part of the Missouri Star Quilt Company family, be sure to subscribe so you won't miss a thing. And if you click that bell, it'll notify you every time a new tutorial comes out. See you next Friday.